Testing, testing, 1 2 1 2 1 2. Everybody give a nice round of applause for Miss Woods, Tamika Woods, and the family, because she's keeping her son Mike's memory alive. And so we want to go ahead and give her the microphone and tell you how grateful she is that you came out today and that you haven't forgotten Mike. And that's the beautiful thing right there, because on the news every day we hear about gunshots and violence. Sister, stand over a little bit. So every day on the news we hear about gunshots. We hear about violence. And if you don't understand what's happening, the city of Chicago and this country is conditioning everybody to look at young black people as criminals. It's conditioning the world to look at young black people as murderers and as rapists and as thieves. You are the face of the gangbangers and the drug dealers. But what we're coming together to do here today is change the reality of what they see when they look at our people. We're standing here today, ain't nobody killing nobody here on 92nd and Dobson. Ain't nobody shooting nobody, ain't nobody robbing nobody out here today. We're here in the spirit of peace and love because that's what Michael would have wanted. And even more than Mike, this is about you. If you love Mike, and if you want to honor Mike, put the guns down. If you love Mike, and if you honor Mike, love your brother and your sister who's still alive that you see every day. Brothers and sisters, the old folks used to say a change is going to come. The change needs to be right now. Not tomorrow, right now. Give our beautiful sister Tamika Woods a nice round of applause. Come on up, sister.
I'm overwhelmed with how many of you are still standing with me. I'm overwhelmed and how many of you all were here the night my son was laid out on the ground and is still standing next to me. I am overwhelmed with the support from his students, from my family, my church family, and my friends. It's especially hard for me to stand here today because it's 4 months my angel has been gone. I won't say that my baby was taken for no reason, but if the reason for him being gone is to show you all that you all can stand together, to show you all what we grew up seeing, to show you all that you all can be leaders, then that will bring me some type of peace to my son's death. There's not a day that goes by that I don't think about my best friend. I don't doubt that my baby was taken for a purpose, and not 1 minute do I doubt God. God makes no mistakes. I brought all of you all out here today for a reason. I could have waited till his birthday. I could have waited till April 5th. But this needed to be done today. Some of you all are standing next to people that you don't even like. But for this moment, you standing next to it. For this moment, you're being peaceful. So why can't this moment last for an hour, a few hours, or another day? My son was special, and he was special to all of you. And you all show me that on a daily basis. From the text messages, the inboxes, and even the shirts that you all wore on the day to show me what he meant to you all. I just want to tell my Simeon baby, my cousin, my family, my friends, my church friends, I love you all dearly. And not for one moment do I take that you're not hurting as I am. But for my 16-year-old that was C17 and have made it to C17, I want you to take Mike's death. I want you to learn from it. And I want you to stand up and lead the way for others. I'm not worried about Inglewood on today. My son was taken from Flipside. My son was taken from Burnside. So I'm worried about you. I'm worried about what you took from his death. My son was taken from Simeon. I'm worried about what you all took from his death. I will not accept his life being taken in vain. So whatever you all need from me to push forward, you have my number. Whatever you all need from me to move forward, you have my address. Just because Michael was no longer here in his flesh, I'm standing here in his spirit, and I got you.
When we heard about Mike's story, Poet and the Legends of Chicago Hip Hop, it really touched us to the core because at the age of 15, I lost my son. And I attended Simeon High School. And so I'm a Wolverine for life. If anybody go to Simeon, you know what that means. We bleed the blue and the gold. So I just couldn't sit here and let my sister go through this by herself. So we raised money for her and gave her a check to help through this process. And so that process is over with, but there's a new process that has started now. And that process is you doing what you've been doing by her side. She's told me the stories of Mike's best friends, still coming around, still buying her flowers, still calling her on the telephone and saying, Mama, I love you, and I'm here for you, and we got to keep this up. But not only do we have to do this for Mike's mom, Miss Woods, we got to do it for our community. We got to do it for each other. We got to put down the petty little beasts that's going on in our community. The things that separate us one from another, because believe it or not, somebody's benefiting from us being separated. And if you take this hand and if you separate these digits, these fingers, yeah, you can slap somebody and you can sting them, but it ain't nothing like putting all those fingers together and knocking somebody out. We got to knock out the crime in our community. We got to knock out all the things that are affecting your growth and your development and your success in our community. You are on the endangered species list. If you make it past 21 in this neighborhood, it's a miracle. If you make it past 21 and you're not in prison, it's a miracle. But we can't depend on the police to come into our community to change our reality. We can't commit on Mayor Rahm Emanuel, the police chief, the superintendent, Cook County commissioners, and all the politicians to come in our community and change our reality. We got to do it ourselves. We got to do it ourselves. Is there anyone here within this circle would like to come up here and say a few words on behalf of Mike and on behalf of Mike's mom? If there anyone here, my brother, come on up. Say your name and what you would like to say.
My name is Samuel Woods. My name is Samuel Woods, my grandson, my firstborn grandson, Michael Flournoy III. My daughter is Tamika Woods.